Hello, dear ones. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be bringing through Serapis Bey for a channeled message and an energy transmission. And I just love his energy. When I tune into him, he is so empowered. His energy is so wide, so strong, so fortified, yet centered, calm, and very uplifted. And he shows up to me with so much golden light, so many golden light codes. And last month, I did my normal 2 activation circles per month, and one was on the divine feminine and one was on the divine masculine. And he showed up for the divine masculine and pretty much led the whole way. And the energy he brought through was just perfect for the subject. And at the end of that, we had a brief appearance from Toth, but it was Serapis Bey who just brought through that gorgeous divine masculine energy that he embodies and transmits. And so I was having a chat with him, asking him, what do we want to focus on today? What do you want to focus on today? And he told me self-mastery through self-discipline. And then I said, is there a softer way? Is there another way of saying self-discipline? Something a little more uplifting, something a little more light. And I didn't really get an answer, so I put it into Chat GPT. And so these are other ways of thinking about the energy we are going to be bringing through today. I love this. Sacred devotion to self. Yes. Or sacred devotion to your highest self, as well as intentional living. So regardless of what words you use, the energy is the same. The meaning behind what we're bringing through today is going to be focused around self-mastery on this ascension path. And so let's go ahead and begin. And if you've been following along on my videos, we're just going to set up a sacred space really quickly together and get into it. And so come into your heart and create a golden column of light. And as you do that, anchor in and connect into Mother Earth, the center of the earth. And then follow that golden column all the way up to the light. We anchor in, we connect into the higher realms. And we mix those 2 energies in our golden column of light, and we invite in Serapis Bey to bring forth some messages, some energies for us. And he's showing up today. He is right here, and I hear him speaking to me in a very deep voice, a deeper voice than I've ever heard any guide speak to me. And there's an energy behind what I'm hearing, the depth, the tone of the voice that he is bringing through, he's saying, is to help to ground us. So that's the energy that is coming through to start us off. He is anchoring us into our Earth Star chakra, anchoring us into the center of Mother Earth, as well as expanding our Earth Star chakra, expanding our root chakra. And he's saying that self-mastery comes from being grounded, Self-mastery comes from being centered. And in order to feel centered, we need to feel grounded. We need to feel connected and to have that strong foundation. And so not only is he grounding us in, but he's also centering our energies, strengthening our central columns, releasing any frazzled energy, any chaotic energy. He's saying he gave me the vision of zipping us up, zipping up our central column so that we could really consolidate that energy. Yet he's saying it's almost like a screen. The energy is still free flowing throughout our energy field, yet our central column is nice and fortified, nice and strengthened and empowered. So just take a moment and see if you can tune into these energies that we are beginning with. I'm especially feeling, if you're sitting down, you may be able to feel that root chakra really being activated because it's against the chair, it's against the seat. So I'm really feeling that being activated, as well as the heart and the higher heart being uplifted. And as well, he's saying he's opening our crown chakras and those higher chakras as well, connecting us to strengthening our connection to the higher realms, strengthening our connection to the divine, to those ascension energies. He's saying strengthening our connection to our highest timeline, our ascension pathway, our golden timeline, he's saying. Already bringing through these golden light codes, just like my background, lighting us up, lighting up the timeline in front of us as well, and raising the energy, raising the vibration, raising the frequency. And so what he was just talking to me about was, he was saying, when we are committed to ourself, when we are committed to self-mastery, self-discipline, sacred devotion, he's saying we put ourselves first. We strengthen our boundaries. And it's not out of selfishness, he's saying. It's so that we can show up in this world, show up to others from a more centered place, show up to others with a more full cup, he is saying. So part of this sacred devotion to self is helping the world, is helping the Earth's ascension, the collective ascension, so we can show up in our highest timeline, in our highest light, our highest embodiment of light. And so he's saying right now, if there's anywhere that you feel bad or guilty for putting yourself first, stating your needs, bringing through self-care, putting that at the top of your list, that's being released right now. He's saying that's old programming, that's an old paradigm, and that's being released and let go of. That self-care is selfish. He's saying self-care is loving not only for ourselves, but loving for the people around us so that we can show up in our best mood, our best physical health, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health. So he's releasing that limiting belief that it is selfish, releasing that old paradigm. I'm hearing him say, no, 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 that's not how it is. He's saying that was put in place by others who want to take advantage of your energy. The higher perspective of it, he's saying, is our collective ascension. Each of us showing up in our highest embodiment of light. And so now he's saying, he's talking about eating high vibrational foods, ingesting high vibrational beverages. So not only do we work with the light on an energetic level through what we're doing here, he's saying that expands out into what we intake in the way of food, beverages, media. And so he literally was telling me that what he's doing is he's helping us to lift our perspective so that we are attracted to things of a higher vibration. And then that in turn nourishes us, nourishes our soul, nourishes our being, nourishes our light. So he's saying we need to just raise our perspective so that what we reach for, what we go for, is of that higher frequency. And so he's saying the other piece of that is letting go of old habits, old ways of being, old patterns, old comfort zones of lower vibrational foods, comfort foods, foods, drinks, substances that we may reach for in times of stress, in times where we feel like I'm putting this in quotes, feel like we need an emotional crutch. So we're releasing all of that, releasing the energy around that. And I'm literally seeing him cut cords, cut those attachments to them, to those things, so that we can feel more free, so that we can feel more open, so that we can feel more uplifted, more fortified, more whole, so that when we move out into the world, we feel strong enough, we feel whole enough to face life with ease, grace, balance, strength, purpose, he's saying. And right now he's talking about when we live from purpose. He's saying that raises our energy, our vibration, raises our frequency, and it lights us up. It brings us joy. It brings us focus, clarity, and a sacred dedication, a sacred devotion to why we are here. I love that. And he's also talking about this sacred service being a give and take. So this self-mastery, this sacred devotion to self, is not only about giving to ourselves and giving to others. He's saying it's also about receiving love, receiving help when we need it, receiving help when it's offered, receiving support, receiving encouragement. And he was showing me there can be times where we push away support and encouragement. And he was releasing that. He's saying it almost, for some of us, it almost becomes an automatic reaction, because then we may feel that we owe somebody or there's an obligation. He's letting go of that limiting belief. He's saying, receive with an open heart. When people offer things to you, they do it because giving feels good. And so he's saying, just open up and receive. Be in the flow of life. Eratuka atai, ishkia atuka ati uga atai aktikia, ushta aki akura, ushta rakai iriak ati akushta rakira. And he's speaking to me in such a deep voice. I'm really trying to convey that through these light codes and this light language that he's bringing through. And it's really this frequency of feeling safe with who we are, safe with others, safe with being ourselves, stating our needs, setting our boundaries, stating our preferences. I was having a conversation with my guides just yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, I can't remember, but about another way of saying, setting our boundaries. And they said to me, stating your preferences is another way of saying it. Setting your parameters, that was also it as well. I knew there was another P word for it. So stating your parameters and your preferences. So he's encouraging that. He is helping us to anchor that in and doing it from a place of empowerment, not stating our needs and then feeling bad about it. He said, yeah, that's one way you can do it. But the highest timeline, the highest vibration is stating our needs from a place of clarity, freedom, authenticity, and sovereignty. That's where we want to be stating our needs from. And so he's helping us to embody that energy right now. And so just tune in. How do you feel? How do you feel with this energy he's transmitting? How do you feel with this activation, with these healing codes, with these light codes he's bringing through? Can you feel your energy being uplifted? Can you feel it being empowered and expanded? I know that I do. And the other thing I'm also really feeling is this opening up of these higher chakras. He is a guide who is really here to help us with ascension. And he's saying ascension, a huge piece of it is self-mastery, self-discipline, and the more uplifting way of saying it, sacred devotion to our highest self. So he's here to help us with all of that. You can invite him in You can be in co-creation with him for that. He's saying thank you for inviting him in today. He's truly honored to be here with all of us. He's truly honored to help with this message and this transmission. Ukshia Akshai Ishkira Aku Ikia Ashkai Ukshia Ashkira Atu Ishkia Ashai Ushkia Ashkira Akshu. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Serapis Bey. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings. The light in me honors and celebrates the beautiful, bright light in you. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you on the next video.